Good evening and welcome to the Nevis newscast. Today is Tuesday, April 12, 2016. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Some 200 teachers and nurses will get the opportunity to witness the Nevis Blues Festival this weekend. The producer of the Nevis Blues Festival, Richard Pavitt, has made a donation of approximately 200 tickets to be distributed to nurses and teachers on the island. Minister of Tourism and Health in the Nevis Island Administration, the Honourable Mark Brantley, was present at the handing over.
We're very pleased that last year it went well. This year, clearly, they're doing it even bigger and better. And so this year we're here at the stage for the second annual Nevis Blues Festival. I think it's a very magnanimous of the organizers to offer these free tickets to our nurses and our teachers who, as we know, labor hard for us. They provide essential services to the community. As Minister of Tourism, I'm also Minister of Health, and so I'm very pleased that the nurses are going to benefit and the Permanent Secretary in Health is here. I'm also pleased, notwithstanding I'm not the Minister of Education, to welcome the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, because I do feel that the teachers also work extremely hard. And it is my hope that this very generous gesture of over 200 tickets, that those will be made available and that those who receive them will come out and support this very important festival.
The Tourism Minister encouraged the public to support the event.
It is my hope, Mr. Pavitt, that this festival becomes an annual fixture, that it continues to grow in terms of size and popularity and reputation. And I feel so long as people like Mr. Siegel, an outstanding blues performer, so long as they continue to come and support this event, I feel that we will have a marvelous time. The setting is wonderful right here at Wally, and I invite one and all to come out and support this very important venture, Nevis Blues, second annual edition.
Receiving the tickets on behalf of the nurses and teachers were Permanent Secretaries Nicole Slack-Liburd and Wakely Daniel. They in turn expressed their thanks on behalf of the Ministries of Health and Education, respectively.
We really commend when partners such as yourselves applaud or publicly recognize the efforts that our nurses make, and we wish to thank you and welcome you back next year and in the further years to come.
It is one thing to hear about something, it is one thing to read about it, but it takes it to an entirely different level when you experience it. And these tickets will allow our teachers to attend the Blues Festival and experience it, and experience a brand new, to some of them, a brand new genre of music. It will expand their horizon, it will give them the opportunity to promote blues and your festival among the children of Nevis in the classroom and, of course, the wider Nevis populace.
Also present at the handing over was Chairperson of the Nevis Blues Festival, Shari Greaves. The Small Enterprise Development Unit today commenced a Managing for Development Results workshop for persons seeking assistance in writing projects and sourcing funding from donor agencies. In November, Head of CDU, Catherine Forbes, along with the Ministry of Tourism's Product Development Officer, Nicole Liburd, received training in Managing for Development Results. That training, which took place in Barbados, was funded by the Caribbean Development Bank's CDB Caribbean Technological Consultancy Services, CTCS. Forbes noted that the CTCS requires trainees to transfer their skills and knowledge gained to others upon their return to their home countries.
It is hoped that at the end of this training, you, the participants, will be in a much better position to carry out stakeholder analysis, have a better understanding of tools that can be used in high-quality strategic planning, and be better able to monitor, review, and evaluate the progress of any project. One of the things that CDB has found is that we ask for monies for projects, we get the projects. The projects are implemented, but at the end, they do not get a proper report as to how the project has benefited the overall economy or the overall growth and development of the agency or the private sector or the business that would have gotten that training. So that is what we would seek to do today. See if we can get on the next 2 days, see how much we can learn those skills so that later on we are better able to give them the kind of results that they are looking for.
She also outlined the objectives of the workshop.
1. Equip participants with the knowledge and understanding of key MFDRs, the MFDR tools based on international practices. 2. Outline a common approach to MFDR that best addresses CDB's strategy. 3. Provide participants with the tools and methodologies to measure, monitor, and report results, and we are to do so in a gender-sensitive way. And 4. To equip participants with the knowledge and the skills to facilitate a trickle-down to their of their learning to the various MSMEs, which is small, micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, as well as those persons who will have to be able to use, as those persons who can use the skill in their various departments.
A number of small business owners, as well as representatives from various government departments, are participating in the 3-day workshop. Premier, the Honorable Vance Amory, is calling on teachers to see themselves as molding their students for future responsibility in the country. Premier Amory, who is the Minister of Education in the Nevis Island administration, made those remarks as part of a statement to welcome back teachers and students at yesterday's start of the new term.
Do not wait until there is some infraction or some negative or some antisocial behavior. I would advise that where a child is doing well, that the child should be encouraged, and the parents should also be encouraged to get the children to continue to perform at their best, so that they can achieve the levels of excellence which we so strive for in St. Kitts and Nevis.
He also gave a reminder to teachers and heads of schools to work in collaboration with parents to ensure the continued success of the island's students.
I think it's important that we see that aspect, the formation, molding of character, the inculcation of values, honesty, integrity, tolerance, being able to share one with the other. Those are some of the values which I want our teachers in this last term to focus on, because it is never too late to seek to redirect the future of our children.
The Education Minister also called on parents to lend the necessary support to their children in an effort to achieve further improvements.
Encourage them when they are home to put down the distractions, whatever those distractions are. Is it a computer game? Is it excess watching of television? Put those things down and focus and concentrate on their studies, so that they can, when the exams are sat, that they can be sure that they will perform well. Last year we commended our students because there was improvement in a number of areas like the English language, mathematics and sciences. We saw improvements in other areas like geography, and we saw an improvement overall in the pass rate. Now this year we anticipate that we will have that improvement or an increase in the percentage passes, but also in the quality of passes.
Premier and Minister of Education, the Honorable Vance Amory. Still to come.
It is all my view, and based upon the studies that have done, that we're really not performing at our optimal level.
The details after this break.
We dominate the streets again and again. We are the sweetest, sweetest, and I will never let you go. Been waiting all this time for you. Been waiting so long for you. Come around, I are the sweetest, sweetest, and I will never let you go.
Celebrating the old, showcasing the new. Culturama 42.
You got the sweetest.
The second Nevis Blues Festival runs April 14th to 16th. Enjoy 3 nights of the best in blues, soul, and rock right on the beach at Awali Bay, with international artists from the USA, the UK, Ireland, and the Netherlands. The Nevis Blues Festival is the Caribbean's most exciting new festival. See you there.
As a responsible citizen, your tax dollars protect our environment. Pay your taxes on time. This message was brought to you by the Inland Revenue Department, Nevis.
Be a responsible citizen.
Welcome back. Prime Minister the Honourable Dr. Timothy Harris and Cabinet Secretary Josephine Huggins met with more than 100 civil service professionals on Thursday and Friday. During the staff meetings, pay for performance was at the fore of discussions, with Prime Minister Harris saying, "We may expect, had it not been for the lesson of the IMF intervention, that every year we will get an increase, whether or not we perform. However, we have to move towards performance-based pay." He said that is where he intends, as the minister with responsibility for the human resources of the government, to take the country over time. Speaking with the civil service professionals, Prime Minister Harris expounded on his administration's view that compensation should match an individual's impact on and contribution to his organization. If you perform exceptionally well, you will be rewarded exceptionally well. If you are performing consistently well, your permanent secretary must fast-track you through the scales. If you are not performing, you must not get any increment. If you are not performing and you are unwilling to change, then we'd have to find alternative things for you to do, Prime Minister Harris said. He said his administration would establish tangible performance metrics, what ought to be rewarded and incentivized. The performance metrics would consider several factors rather than just a civil service employee's length of tenure. Meantime, one of the experts who is working with the government to formulate the performance-based program is His Excellency Dr. Everson Hull, said Kitts and Nevis' ambassador and permanent representative to the Organization of American States, OAS. Ambassador Hull, an economist by profession, recently spoke to the Department of Information about that program.
We've got a problem in the sense that it is all my view, and based upon the studies that have done, that we're really not performing at our optimal level. And in order to do that, to get us to work a little harder, to run a little faster, that is going to be very important for actually raising the productivity of the economy, which can have the effect of reducing the overall rate of inflation and allow the economy to perform at a higher level. And I'm pleased, I was very pleased when in his budget of last year, the Prime Minister announced that he would be actually introducing a pay-for-performance scheme for the civil service. And what that will do is that it will recognize outstanding performance in the civil service. Those persons who perform at the very highest level, they will receive a bonus of some kind. And the whole idea behind that is to motivate individuals when they show up to work to really give of their best, when they show up in the workplace each day. So that's going to be very, very important. And I noticed that this past Saturday, the Prime Minister, in his visit to Barbados, in the Barbados Advocate of this past Saturday, he has a very, very nice article in which he again reaffirmed his deep commitment to introducing a pay-for-performance scheme.
The government, according to Prime Minister Harris, will also contract other experts to work with its Human Resources Department in setting up and structuring the performance-based program. And that concludes this evening's presentation of the Nevis Newscast. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing our newscast this evening. Good night.